Hello, my name is Francis Wario, a Cooper's agronomist. And today we'll be discussing French bean farming. French beans is one of Kenya's most important vegetable crop grown for export. And Kenya is well known across the world for French bean growing. So when you're growing your French beans, always ensure you have a ready market. So therefore, you should have a buyer who you can sell to on contract. Make sure that the buyer is somebody who is registered with HCD and agree on the terms of the contract before you plant. There are several different varieties of French beans that you can plant. So the choice of French bean variety depends on several factors. Number one, the market, because some varieties will give you French beans for the extra fine market and some for the fine market. This depends on the size that the market requires. The other consideration is on pest and disease resistance. They've done a lot of breeding of French bean seeds, and you can get French bean varieties that are resistant to some of the more important diseases. And the other consideration is the climate adaptability. Some varieties are better adapted for dry land areas and sandy soils, and others for more wetter areas. Before you plant, ensure you understand your soil well. Therefore, we recommend that you take a soil analysis sample to the laboratory, and they will be able to give you results for your soil so that you can understand what minerals are there and which minerals are not there, and even the acidity levels of your soil, and as well as some of the diseases and pests which may be present in your soil. Once you understand all these factors, then it will be easier to manage your soil so that you can get your best French bean production. When you're planting your French beans, ensure that the soil bed is fine, and this will ensure that you get a good germination percentage. If your soil is not well drained, for example, if you have black cotton soil, we recommend that you plant on raised beds. Raise them to a height of about 6 inches, and you can maximize on your germination. Make sure that you plant at the recommended spacing, depending on the variety of the seed. French beans require good fertile soils because they are heavy feeders. So make sure that you are ready with the right fertilization program so that you can ensure maximum production. You should have fertilizer that is rich in phosphorus when you're planting. And then at 3 weeks after germination, you can top dress with fertilizer that is high in nitrogen compounds. You can start applying Harmony, which is an organic foliar feed that is rich in nitrogen, and this will ensure good, strong shoot growth and maximize on your foliar development. You can start applying Harmony from around week 2 from germination and apply it every 2 weeks, and this will give your French bean crop good stamina to ensure that it's not susceptible to some of the diseases. During flowering, the French bean will require potassium and calcium. So at that point, you should apply fertilizer that is rich in these compounds. You can look for a good foliar fertilizer, or you can top dress with CAN. And this will also ensure that you continue to get good growth of the flowers and you avoid flower drop. We recommend that just before flowering, at around between week 4 and 5, you can apply a mixture of Harmony and Africa, and this will give your flower production a good boost, give them strength, and they will become many so that your production will be increased. Continue with your Harmony even after flowering, because this will ensure that your flowers will become strong and you avoid flower drop, and also will ensure that you get good fruits that will have the right specifications for your market. Some of the pests and diseases that will affect your crop will include cutworms. Cutworms attack your growing seedlings. They hide just beneath the surface of the soil, and they emerge at night to cut the growing or the germinating seedling. We recommend Jackpot. Spray Jackpot at the rate of 15 milliliters per 20 liters of water. Spray it around the evening when they're just about to emerge, and spray it at the base of the germinating seedlings. And this way you'll be able to control your cutworms. Another insect pest is whiteflies. Whiteflies are dangerous because they can also cause diseases to your crop, and they also reduce the potential of the crop to grow, and therefore they reduce your production. The whiteflies are also quarantine pests, meaning that if they are found in your consignment, then you face banning from the international market. In order to control your whiteflies, you can use Emaxi, which is a systemic product, between week 2 and 3. This will help to reduce the population of whiteflies. Another pest that you're likely to encounter is thrips. Thrips is the most dangerous of your insect pests. Thrips will attack your flowers, and once they bite the flowers inside, then you will get a deformed pod, and this will be rejected by the market. So you will not know you have damage until you start harvesting. Therefore, it's important to ensure that you don't have thrips on your farm, especially during flowering. To prevent this, we recommend that you spray Alphacin. We recommend that you spray around 3 times between week 3 and 4, and this will reduce the population of the thrips before they enter into the flowers. Another serious pest is aphids. Aphids will attack the growing stems and the growing buds, and therefore reduce the growth of your crop. And they're also very destructive. So again, if you have aphids on your farm, then we recommend you spray Alphacin. Alphacin has a pHI of around 5 days, so you're not likely to get residues in your crop. However, we recommend that you spray before flowering and not after flowering. Some of the diseases that will occur include bean rust. Bean rust is a serious disease. However, if you have planted a variety that is resistant to bean rust, then you are likely to be able to avoid too much damage. If there is danger of having bean rust, then we recommend that you use Stage. Between week 2 and 3, you can spray Stage at the rate of 10 milliliters per 20 liters of water. This will suppress bean rust. If you have angular leaf spot, which is another dangerous disease, Stage will also help to suppress angular leaf spot. Again, spray it between week 2 and 3, and if necessary, there at week 4. French beans require roughly 15 to 20,000 liters of water per week, and therefore ensure that you irrigate at least 2 or 3 times a week, especially when the weather is extremely dry. If you don't do this, then you'll get water stress and your crop will be compromised. We recommend drip irrigation because it conserves on water, and also it supplies the exact amount of water required by the plant exactly at the plant. But you can also use other systems of irrigation, including sprinkler and basin or furrow irrigation. So your French bean should be ready for harvesting from around the 75th day, depending on the variety. So when you're harvesting, ensure that you harvest into a clean container. and then empty into crates. Harvest them, removing from the node, but leave a little bit of the stem so that you can prevent disease in store of your French beans. Remember, once you start harvesting, you are stressing your crop, and therefore a stressed crop will be prone to disease attack. Therefore, continue with your harmony, because this will help to give your crop the strength to overcome any diseases which can come at this stage. I wish you all the best in your French bean project. You can harvest up to 3 to 4 tons per acre of French beans, and I hope that this is what you'll be able to achieve and make some good money from French beans. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask us. Again, send us pictures of your French bean crop, and we'll be happy to walk hand in hand with you on your journey. Thank you very much.